A triple threaded worm has teeth of 6 module, teeth of 6 module, and pitch circle diameter and pitch circle diameter of 50 pitch circle diameter of 50 if the worm gear has full point, if the worm gear has 30 teeth, 30 teeth 30 teeth of 14.5 degree, 14.5 degree, and coefficient of friction and coefficient of friction of the worm gear is 0.05, 0.05. Find first one, lead angle of the worm, lead angle of the worm. Second, velocity ratio, velocity ratio. Third one, center distance, center distance. And last one, efficiency of worm gearing, efficiency of worm gearing. Okay, I given you the statement. Now I will note down the given values or what is the given data. A triple threaded worm. Triple threaded worm means the threads on the worm are 3. Therefore, Z1 is given as 3. Okay, the threads on the worm are nothing but Z1 is 3. Has teeth of 6 module. Means he has given module. Module is equal to 6 and pitch circle diameter. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by this pitch circle diameter? What do you mean by pitch circle diameter?
D1.
Yes. D1 is given as 50 mm. 50 mm. After that, if the worm gear has 30 teeth, worm gear means number of gears on the worm, that is worm wheel, that is Z2. Z2 is equal to 30. Of 30 teeth of 14.5 degree. 14.5 degree means he has given alpha. Alpha is 14.5 degree. And coefficient of friction of the worm gear is 0.05. Means he has given mu. Mu is nothing but coefficient of friction. It is 0.05. Okay. First he has asked to find the lead angle of the worm. What do you mean by this lead angle? Lead angle is nothing but L. Therefore, L you need to calculate. Okay, that is lead angle you need to calculate. That is L. Okay, how you can calculate this lead angle? Okay, you can use equation that is tan gamma is equal to. Okay, open equation I will tell you in your data handbook where it is tan gamma 12.46. All of you open that equation 12.46. That is lead angle is there. Okay, in today's class I will not show you the data handbook. Why? Because you should be familiar with that. I am saying that At least 10 to 15 students are not using the data dynamic during the class. For that reason, I will be telling the equation. You should open and you should know that. Equation 12.46 E. And in equation 12.46 B. They are given. What do you mean by this L? L is nothing but pi m z1. This is equation 12.46 B. In the given data, m is also given, z is also given. Substitute that. Pi into m module is 6 into z1 is 3. From this, you are going to get the value of L. How much is the value? How much L you are going to get? Multiply this. 6 3 is 18. 18 into pi.
56.54.
36.54. 56.54. Okay.
56.54.
Okay. 56. .54 mm. Okay, once you get this, you can get the angle. Therefore, gamma is equal to tan inverse L is 56.54 divided by pi d1. The d1 is given. Yes, it is given. It is 50. From this, you are going to get the gamma. How much is the gamma? Tell me.
19.74.
How much?
19.74.
Okay. 19.79 I'm getting. You are getting to 19.73. I will write that. Therefore, lead angle is 19.73 degree. This is the required. Okay. After that, the next second one. Okay. Second, I asked you to calculate the velocity ratio. Okay, you know that velocity ratio I is equal to n1 by n2. N1 divided by n2 is equal to z2 by z1. Z2 divided by z1. Okay. In this case, n1 n2 is not given, whereas z2 and z1 is given. You can substitute that. It is 30 and z1 is given as 3. Therefore, velocity ratio will get as 10. Therefore, you have calculated velocity ratio. It is 10. Okay. Second is over. Next is third. Okay. Next, third one is he has asked you to calculate the center distance. How to calculate the center distance? You know that center distance A is equal to d1 plus d2 divided by 2. Can anyone tell me what is the equation? In the data handbook, it is there. It is either you can use that equation or easily can remember this 14.47a. 14.47a. Okay. Substitute the values. D1 is given, whereas D2 is not given. D1 it is 50 plus D2. D2 is nothing but m into Z2 from the module formula. M into Z2. Z2 is nothing but 30. 30 divided by 2, and m is also given in the problem. Okay. Directly I will write here the m value. Module. How much is the module given? 6, I think, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
How much you will get A?
115.
115.
15.
Yes. 115. And what is the unit? It is in mm. Center distance. The last one, fourth one, is to calculate the efficiency of the worm gear. Okay. If you open equation efficiency, you will get that. Okay. You can open efficiency of the worm gear. It is there in 225 page number. I opened the data handbook. It is there in 225. Okay, in that there are three different equations, but you have to use the bar formula for efficiency of the worm gear. He has asked the efficiency of the worm gear. The above two gears when you have to use to find out the efficiency. One, when worm drives the worm wheel. Okay, in this they are not given any condition. Therefore, I will be using efficiency of the worm gear. He has asked the efficiency of the worm gear. I will be using equation 12.57 D. Therefore, efficiency is equal to tan gamma 1 minus mu into tan alpha. Sorry, it is tan gamma into tan gamma divided by mu plus tan gamma. This is equation 12.57 D. Substitute all the values. The lead angle you are calculated is 19.73. Substitute that. Mu is also given. It is 0.05. Substitute that. From that you are going to get the efficiency. How much is the efficiency?
It is 86.22.
Yes. Therefore, efficiency is 86.22%. Okay. If this problem is asked, it will be asked for 5 marks. Yes. All of you understood this? Why I have taken this? Why I have not taken the full design? Because I think 3 to 4 days gap was there. That's why, because these formulas once again you will be using whatever used in the helical. The same formulas will be using in this. That's why should be familiar now. For that reason, I have taken a problem which will cover that. Okay, now I'm going to take the complete design of the worm gear. Okay, you can note down that. All of you taken this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will give the statement 1 minute. Take down. Design a worm gear. Design a worm gear for the speed reduction ratio of. Design a worm gear for the speed reduction ratio of 30:1. 30:1. from a motor running at 3000 rpm. 3000 rpm. Full point. The power transmitted is 30 kilowatt. The power transmitted is 30 kilowatt. Full point. Check the heat generated. Check the heat generated and heat dissipated. Check the heat generated and heat dissipated. This is the complete design of the worm gear. Okay, the weightage will be full, that is 20 marks. Now I will write down the given data. What is given? All of you note down the statement. Or if you are not, note down.
Yes.
You can. I will write down the given data. This is the complete design of okay. Design a worm gear for the speed reduction ratio of 30:1. Means he has given the speed reduction ratio, that is nothing but I. I is equal to 30:1 means I is equal to 1. 30:1. Therefore, I is equal to 30. I is given from a motor. From a motor running at 3000 rpm. From the motor running at 3000 rpm means he has given the N1. N1 is 3000 rpm. The power transmitted, power is given, P is equal to 30 kilowatt. Power is given. Check the heat dissipated and heat generated. Okay, these are the given datas when I is given. Speed reduction ratio. Okay. And after that N1 is given, that is 3000. P is equal to 30 kilowatt. Okay. You need to first note down the N2. Okay. Why? Because I is given. Okay. Therefore, we know that I is nothing but I is equal to N1 by N2, correct? N1 divided by N2. Therefore, I is 30 and N1 is 3000 divided by N2. 0, 0 will get cancelled. Therefore, N2 we will get it as N2 is 100 RPM. Okay. After getting N2, and if you see the given data, okay, when the center distance is given at that time, you should not assume the gear on the worm. Okay, when the center distance is not given. Okay, this procedure you have followed from the spur gear also. Okay, when the center distance is given at that time, you should not assume the number of teeths. Okay, in this case also center distance is not given. That's why I will take down the value of Z1. Okay, before noting down this Z1 value, you need to calculate the value of V, velocity. Okay, how you are going to calculate that value. And as I told you in the introduction of this chapter, always you will be designing for the weaker member. Okay, and in the worm gear, that is worm gear set, the teeth on the worm gear are always weaker than the worm. Always the teeth on the worm gear are weaker than the worm. That's why the design is done on the worm gear. This is in this there is no checking whether the pinion is weaker or the gear is weaker. In this case, worm, always you have to design it for worm gear. This point is understood. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. All of you understood this? Any one of you reply?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Therefore, next I'm going to find out the velocity v is equal to, you have to use the same formula. It is pi d2 n2 by 60,000. Substitute the values of d2 and n2. Okay. Pi into how much is the value of d2? Okay, d2 is not given. Okay, if d2 is not given means you can use the module formula, that is m into z2, okay, into n2 by 60,000. Substitute the values. Okay, substitute the values and tell me the v value, how much you are going to get. Substitute the value of Z2. Z2 is 30. N2 is 3000. Substitute the values and you will get the V. In this, M is unknown, module is unknown. Can anyone answer? How much is the V? Nikhil? How much is the value?
Calculating.
Calculating, okay, calculate. Rugved, whether you have calculated? Abhishek?
Yes, sir.
How much is the value?
So 471.23.
471, no. It is, I'm getting as 0.157 M. Check.
0.57.
Correct?
Yes, yes, the point.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Equally, you have substituted Abhishek. D2 is not given, M into Z2. M is unknown, Z2 is 30 and N2. The N2 value is 100. Okay. From this, the V you will get it as 0.157 M. Okay, and it is meters per second, where this M is module. Okay. After that, from table, that is 12.28. All of you open that table. 12.28b, page number 244. Page number 244. Whether you opened that? All of you opened? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can see that whatever the velocity ratio is there, okay, this velocity ratio is given as 30. Okay, in that table number 12.28b, that is worm data. Well, how much is the first one velocity? If it is 20 and over, then number of threads in worm you have to use single. Okay, in our case, I is given as 30. Therefore, number of threads on the worm, how much you are going to use?
1.
That is single, one. if the velocity ratio is in between 12 and 16, you can use double. Therefore, Z1 will become 2. Like that, you have to use that. OK, therefore Z1 is equal to 1 from table number 12.28b. OK, and page number 244. From that, you note down the value of Z1. After noting that value, next the materials for the worm gear as well as worm he has not given. OK, when it is not given, you need to assume that. OK, the previous classes for a design of spur and helical, which table you are referred? Which table you are referred? Table number 12.7, page number 234. From this, you will be note downing the what you call that allowable static stresses. That is sigma d, allowable static stress. OK, what I am going to do is that I am going to assume it as Posper bronze. OK, you can write down that. OK, sigma d, I will assume it as Pospers bronze. OK, sigma d. From that, for the worm gear, Posper bronze, and from that table, what is the value? Allowable static stress, it is 82.4, correct? 82.4 megapascal. OK, this is for worm gear. OK, similarly, you need to note down the value for worm. OK, worm, what I will do, I will assume it as steel. OK, a steel, that is steel C45 untreated. OK, I will take steel C45 untreated. From the data handbook, its value is 233.4 megapascal. Correct? All have understood this step? In this problem, he has not given the types of material. OK, if the type of material is not given for the worm gear and worm, you need to assume. Otherwise, if he has given that, you have to take down the value. Otherwise, sometimes they will mention the material name. OK, when they are going to mention the material name, at that time you have to use this table 12.4 from page number 233. You need to substitute that value. OK, from that you're going to get the allowable static stresses for worm gear as well as worm. Do you have any doubt in this? Can anyone reply? If you don't have any doubt, I will proceed further.
Sir,
Yes,
while
sir.
finding velocity, Z2 was given, sir, in question.
No, Z2 was not given. Z2 is calculated. See here, in the given statement, what he has given, design a worm gear drive to transmit 2 kilowatt power. Power is given at 1200 RPM. N1 is given. The sorry, I was reading the different statement. OK, design a worm gear for the speed reduction ratio of 30:1 from a motor running at 300 RPM. OK, RPM motor running means N1 is given. Speed reduction ratio is nothing but I is given. OK, after that, power transmitted is given as 30 kilowatt. Okay, only three datas are given, I, N1, P, and from this velocity ratio, you know that I is N1 by N2. OK, substitute the value of I, it is 30, N1 is 3000 divided by N1, sorry, N2. OK, from this you are going to get the value of N2. OK, after getting the value of N2, OK, next You know that from the table, okay, 12.28b, from the table 12.28b, that is P, page number 244. Actually, this step I should have written it first. Okay, I have missed that. This has to be written here after this. Okay, from table 12.28b, from this page number 244. Okay, and whatever the ratio is there, if it is 20 and above that, then the number of teeth on the worm we will take it as 1. Okay, from this I is equal to Z2 by Z1. Here you can substitute the values. It is 30 is equal to Z2 divided by Z1 is 1. From this you will get the value of Z2. Okay, you can substitute that in this above equation. Think
Yes, sir.
okay, instead of writing this step first, I have written this V. Okay, from that you will get this value. Okay, you just shift this step. Okay, from this you are going to get the value of Z. Okay. After this, next you need to calculate the CV. Okay, you can use equation 12.53c. Or if you open that equation 12.53c.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, if materials are not given, then we have to assume this phosphor gear bronze only.
Yes, you can assume this phosphor bronze and steel C45. Why? Because I have referred at least 2 or 3 test books. In that they have taken this only 82.4, that is phosphor bonds, and one more is steel C45. Why? Because in the final exam, whatever the questions which will be asked, they will be taking it from the textbook only. Okay, and already if you are going to assume the same value, you can assume different material also. And at the end, what happens if the wear load is not greater than the required, that is dynamic load, then the designs will not be safe and you need to make the corrections. Okay, why to take all those things? That's why better you refer this only. If it is not given, assume it as phosphor bonds, and worm you take it as steel C45. Worm gear as phosphor bonds, worm as steel C45. Got it?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
If only they mention the type of material from this table number 12.7, you need to check which type of material is given. According to that, you need to note on the allowable static stresses. After this, next you need to calculate the velocity factor. Okay, velocity factor is denoted by CV. Velocity factor CV. You have to refer 12.53c. You need to consider the dynamic load also. Okay, while considering the dynamic load means you have to take CV is equal to 6.1 divided by 6.1 plus V. This is equation 12.53c. 12.53c. Use this equation and calculate the value of CV. Is 6.1 divided by 6.1 plus V. It is calculated is 0.157 m plus this is plus 0.157 m. Okay, this is the CV value. After that, while substituting in the formula, you need to note down the face width. Okay, you need to calculate the face width. Therefore, face width, that is B. B is denoted by face width, it is denoted by B. You have to refer table number 12.27. All of you open that 12.27 table number, page number 244. Page number 244. 12.27. Okay. From this face width, this is proportions of the worm gear. You have to refer. Face width is equal to 2.38 PC plus 6.35 mm. You can use that, where PC is nothing but pi into m. Okay, that is nothing but axial pitch. Sometimes it is noted as px or pc. It is nothing but axial pitch pi into m. If you multiply 2.38 into pi, you will get it as 7.48. Okay, instead of taking that directly, you can take below 1. 7.48 m plus 6.35 mm. Therefore, face width is equal to this is face width is equal to 7.48 m plus 6.35. This I have taken it from table 12.27, page number 244. Okay, in this m is also unknown. Okay, keep it like that only. In the next step, after finding the face width, okay, B, next to substitute that in a empty. Okay, you should know the capital Y. You have followed the same procedure, correct? The previous, all the values you have calculated. The CV, B as well as Y. Y is Lewis form factor. For this, you will be using that equation 12.5. Okay, here whatever the angle is there, it is 14.5. Okay, 14.5 full depth. You can use that equation, or for worm gear, you can see that open page number 244. I think already opened that page number 244 only. In that, sorry, open table number 12.28C. Can see that 12.28C value of Y for worm gear. Correct? All of you getting this point? Table, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
12.28C value of Y. Y is nothing but small y. Don't get confused with this capital Y. Small y is equal to, in this they are given the angle 14.5, 20 degree, 25, 30. Okay, 14.5. How much is the form factor Y? It is 0.1. Correct. This is I have taken it from table number 12.28C, which is in page number 244. You can use this formula, table also to calculate the value of Y, or you can use that Lewis form factor equation, that is 12.5 A, B, C. 3 equations are there. Okay, sorry, C, D, F. 3 equations are there for 14.5 degree. Okay, it is 0.124 minus 0.684 divided by Z2. If you use that and calculate the Y value, I have done that and I am getting the value of Y is 0.1012. It is nothing but 0.1 only. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, either you can use this from table, you can note down the value of Y, or you can use the formula also. Okay. Therefore, this is small y. Therefore, capital Y is equal to pi into small y. How much is the value? Pi into 0.1. How much you will get? Point. How much is the value?
Point
Pi.
3142.
0.3142. Correct? Okay, this is the value of y. After that, next you can calculate the value of mt. Okay, and after that you need to find out the wear load. Okay, strength factors, dynamic strength, and permissible tangential load need to be calculated. Okay, that further steps I will be solving in the next class. Okay, if you have any doubts till now, you can ask me. Do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
No doubts? Okay.
No, sir.
If you don't have any doubts means I will end the meeting. Okay.
So in this worm gear, we should find a strength factor or not?
No. Vasudev, what I told you, always in the worm gear, the teeth on the worm gear are weaker than the worm. Worm is nothing but pinion. Okay. Worm gear, or it is also called as worm wheel. Always for the worm gear, you need to design for the worm gear only. Or worm wheel. Always the teeth on the worm gear are weaker than the worm. In this case, there is no need of calculating which is weaker in this case, weaker or stronger. The previous helical as well as for spur gear, you have done that. You will be calculated whether the pinion is weaker or gear. Okay, depending upon whichever is weaker, you will be doing design based on that. Whereas in this case, worm gear, always the worm wheel will be weaker than the worm. That's why always the design has to be done for the worm wheel or the worm gear. Understood, Vasudev?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Any other doubts? Okay. I will end the class. We'll meet in the next class. Okay. Have a nice day.